Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another small block fighter, but this time this one was designed for PvP, and is simply called Lancer, which is this lovely thing over here. So this is a extremely well-armed ship that's been all conveyed up, so it's ready to go in survival mode if you did want to use it in that, and it comes pre-spawned in with some ammunition all ready to go. In fact, it's filled to the brim with ammunition, so you can just go and start blasting your enemies. So we've got 4 assault cannons, we've got 2 gatling turrets on each side, we've got 4 autocannons at the back of the ship, and then at the very front here we've got one hell of a lot of gatling guns to shred your enemies. We also have a lot of cameras on this, especially at the front here, where as you can see we've got dual cameras behind 2 sets of windows to make sure you're well protected and you keep aiming your enemy in the thick of combat. So what I'm going to do right now is just give you a quick demonstration of the sheer destructive power of this thing by grabbing on my character, coming up to a very sneaky cockpit that's accessed via this section right here. So right below the steel block, we just about make out cockpit in there. So hopping into this, then bring up my HUD. We then got a lovely space pirate mining transport ship right below us, which is what we're going to go and harass. Since as you saw there in first person view, we do not have any kind of views outside, so we are heavily reliant on those cameras, which is why there's so many at the front, and why these 2 at the very middle being well protected up by 2 sets of windows. So yes, this ship over here has got a bunch of gatling guns around the outside, so when we lock onto it and get close enough, our turret should make very quick work of that. Then we start blasting it with our assault cannons, with the gatling guns, and we'll just shred it into little pieces. So we're getting close to engagement range. It should be about 600 meters, because that is also a small block ship. And in the distance there, there's mining character. There goes all of our turrets on the outside, out of the camera, third person view, all the way round. And there we see a lot of shots being exchanged into this, and just aiming it like so. Straight through there, we don't need the camera, and there we are. We now move across to the gatling gun, start blasting straight in the middle, into the camera, there we go, all the way across, aiming up there. There we go, that gun's now disabled, that gun is now disabled, and we're just going to keep blasting into it. As for that, this ship has been basically fully disabled. Might be a few guns on this side, no there is not, so we can shoot in their landing legs, and there we are, that's now being fully destroyed. Or at least fully disabled. And for the damage dealt to the ship, as you can see, we have got shredded quite a lot at the front there. But thanks to the windows protecting the camera, we still got one of our cameras fully functional. So there we go, we've got one single camera right up here where we can still aim a couple of our gatling guns and one of our assault cannons. But yes, that's what the ship is designed for, going in fast and hard and coming out in one piece with a fair bit of damage to the front, which can be easily repaired up and we'll send back into combat. But now what I'm going to do is head back to that asteroid where that giant turret is sitting, because I'm going to need that protection, because I have spawned in, or at least I have added in the modular systems encounter mod with the Reavers, so that's why we're going to be hugging that turret, so I'm hoping they're going to appear, and we're going to start blasting them because they are designed for combat, and should be very close to replicating a PvP match. And here we are back on the asteroid. So I'm going to leave my character on the ground. He does not need to be in the cockpit, but I'm going to bring the camera all the way up to here like so, press F10, find the Lancer in the spawn menu. There it is, right there. This thing is 2,701 small blocks, using a couple of the DLC packs. We see up to here that this was created a couple of Saturdays ago, and it was designed for PvP with mixed results. They won a few, they lost a few, and here is the specifications down to here. So we've got 10 gatling guns in there, 4 assault cannons, 2 gatling guns, 4 autocannons. We've got 5 forward-facing cameras, a projected the repairer up, hydrogen tank, 2 batteries, 2 small cargo containers, and that's its floor count and PCU, which is a hell of a lot smaller than what's stated down here. So not too sure what's going on with that, but I presume it's projector shenanigans. And yes, we're going to give this thing a thumbs up, move around towards the very front, have a quick look around the outside. As always, we'll go through the controls, fly around for a bit, and hopefully some Reavers will spawn in space, so we can actually start blasting once again, but if not, we'll go after some more space pirates, being start spawning quite regularly in this area. So bring the sunlight back around so we get a better view of what's going on at the front here. I don't think that's going to help whatsoever, no it is not. So putting on my lights, and here we go. So right in the very middle, what we can see is our dual cameras, felt windows right in front of it to give it a nice bit of protection, and as you saw from the start of the video, it did work out. At the end of the day, one camera did survive, so we can still aim all of our guns. Surrounding all of that is our 10 gatling guns to blast your enemies with, and surrounding all of that is our 4 assault cannons, which does have very limited ammunition, so you've got to use them quite sparingly. We've got 3 spotlights, 1 red, 2 yellows, then down to here we can see 3 more cameras to help aim all of our guns, then down to there, on the left and right, and all the way up to here, you can see the tops of our autocannons for some automated firepower. Move around onto the side, here we go, go have a clear look at it like so. There we are, so we see 1 of 2 of our gatling turrets, we see a bunch of ion thrusters, a bunch of hydrogen thrusters in all directions. Over to here is a warfare battery, 1 on both sides to give it a nice bit of power. Down to here you're connected to dock it up, and to reload up all of its ammunition. Very important if you are in survival mode, or you do have limitations where you're not going to be creative when using this in a PvP match. Moving all the way up slightly, across onto the side. There we go, so we can see our autocannon turrets, more hydrogen thrusters, a red light at the very top. Then run towards the back here we go, we've got one large hydrogen thruster, we've got 4 small ones, and then we've got 8 small ion thrusters, which will give us a nice bit of speed, with 1 additional hydrogen thruster hidden away there to help move you up. So moving all the way up, looking down, so we can see a bunch of black or even dark grey steel blocks make the whole bulk of this vehicle, with a few strips here and there of some light blue, then over to here a strip of black carbon fibre. Moving all the way across my light button once again, we can see our red lights on the opposite side. Up to here's our autocannon turret once again. And onto the side we see a bunch more hydrogen thrusters help move us down, as well as 2 ions. Then across here we've got some blue lights, there's these pop-fire warfare batteries, there's some neon tubes, and these are very important because right in this section, next to this strip of blue is how we're going to get in and out, as you saw at the very start of the video. We've got to aim very carefully into this little gap, but eventually get into our industrial cockpit to drive it around. So it's very well protected from any kind of oncoming shots, but could be a bit awkward getting into if you're in a hurry. And we pull away from that into the front there. There we go, there's our 3 assault cannons which have been conveyed all the way up. They do come all the way across on this main section right here. So all the way down, there's your conveyor. They'll eventually come all the way down into this section, or into the cargo container right here. Towards the front there, all the way down underneath it. There we go. So once again, our blue lights return. Moving across here's your connector, which I already talked about. There's a camera to help dock it up. There's our bottom autocannon. Over to there, some more hydrogen thrusters. And then at the very back, there's your large hydrogen thruster just jutting out. That should give you a nice little speed when moving forwards. And there we go. So that's that for the outside of the Lancer. It looks bloody fantastic with how it's all set up. And should do a nice lot of damage to whatever you point this thing at. But as you saw from the comment at the start of the video, if you do not target their guns straight away, then you are going to lose a lot of the front there. It does not really matter too much to do a projector on this, so you can easily repair this up. But I say easily, it's only if you've got enough resources to actually repair it all up properly. And with that, I'm going to grab on my character, come all the way up to the little gap on the side here, and then hop inside. So without bringing up the HUD there, as you can see, that is a little bit awkward like I said, but once you actually get used to it, just click on that, and here we are in the first person view. So yes, we cannot see outside whatsoever from this view, but we can see in the front there, we see our gyroscopes on the side, and that right there should be our battery. Anyway, bring up the HUD, these are the controls we get. It's got 2 tabs to go through. Wait, number 1 we don't really need to touch just yet, we'll come back to that a bit later. Well, number 2, we've got our beacon on and off, then you've got our lights on and off, then you've got our camera so we can see it right below there to help lock and unlock it, which is conveniently on our next control. Coming out of that and pressing number 6, turning on and off your thrusters all around the chip so we can no longer move this thing around. We can still use our gyroscopes, so we can just sort of wobble this thing around if that's what we want to do. Turning back on, number 7 is for your batteries to auto or recharge, and that will turn off all of your power on the ship to no longer move it. Number 8 is for your hydrogen tanks to store power on and off. And then number 9 is a very useful block, which is your projector to help repair up all of your blocks. I suppose what I can do is now hop out of this seat, come all the way across this one that we used at the very start of the video, and turn that on, to see how it projects all the blocks. So up to here, into that seat, tab number 2, turning that on, hopping out of here, and there we go, we see all of the stuff that we've lost. So we didn't really lose it that much at the end of the day, it's generally just been disabled or on fire. Easy to repair these all up, bring them back into working order. Over here we can see all of our projected blocks, and we just repair them all up like so. Anyway, hopping back into the fully functioning ship that has no damage onto it, go through the rest of the controls. So into here, there we go. I suppose we can go back over to tab number 1 for all of our warfare gatling guns. There we go, a lovely stream of shots coming out of the front there, until we come over to tab number 2 and fire all of our assault cannons all together. Number 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is for your cameras all the way around the front here. So we've got our top, we've got our bottom, we've got our right, we've got our middle, and then we've got our left on the bottom of the ship. And then finally, number 8 and 9 is going to be to turn on and off your autocannons, turn on and off your gatling guns. So you want to save on ammunition if you think it's not worth shooting a target, you can easily switch them off. And with that, that's the outside, that's the controls. So as per usual, we're going to drive this thing around, see how it handles. Then we're going to find some space pirates and hopefully some Reavers, go and blast them up. So yes, driving this thing around here, as you can see, we've got some nice speed going forwards, but it's not the fastest thing in the world. Coming to a stop, there we go, doing 180, boosting forwards, a little bit faster coming to a stop naturally, then keep holding forwards once again, and there we go. Yes, we do have a little bit of time to go from 0 to 100 beats per second, but it's not too bad at the end of the day, and for a PvP ship, more about maneuvering in all directions, rather than just having straight line speed. Moving left, and move right again, so very nice speed with that. Moving down, and then moving up, again some nice speed with that. It feels very well balanced all the way around this ship. Then as for gyroscope controls, moving this thing around using this camera right here. And well, that's to be expected. We've got some nice control all the way over this. It's not too floaty, so it's so unresponsive that you suddenly hit the mouse and you do 180. and it's not too heavy that it drags around a lot, but it takes a lot of movement to actually aim to where you want to aim. You know, this thing is very responsive, and will definitely aim where you want it to aim in a short amount of time. So we're going to go over to that turret, there we go, with that little ship, and so on and so forth. And with that, now it is time to find some space pirates, and hopefully some Reavers, if they do spawn in this world, and start to blast it up, and hopefully come out in one piece. So unfortunately, the Reavers do not want to spawn in my world just yet. Might need to spawn in a bunch of large ships, a bunch of large bases, leave it running for a little bit, to make them pop in, because they do sort of spawn in via threads, but this space pirate will have to do. So zooming all the way in, there we go, it's just a freighter, has a few guns on there, so we can clearly see a turret right there. I'm just going to drive all the way up to it once again, and start blasting into it. But what I am going to do is come into here and find all of our turrets. So there we go, we want to find all of these, there we are. I want to have them target the guns first of all, because that was the problem that we had last time, was they were targeting defaults, and we got shredded by the guns and lost a lot of stuff. So there we are, they're now all targeting guns, back into a first person view. In fact, I don't even know why I came into a first person view. Aiming all the way forwards, there we go, we're now 1.2 kilometers out, 1.1, 1.0, 900, 800, and here we go, they're now engaged, using the assault cannons, blasting straight into that section right there. There we go, a lovely blinding light coming off them, and using the gatling gun, once again, some very bright lights. In fact, I'm not going to do that in first person view, because I might give someone an epileptic fit. We're going to shoot them like so, zooming in a little bit, hiding all the HUD. There we go, that's a nice explosion at the back there, circling all the way around, and they might have been fully disabled already, means the turrets have stopped firing. We can see one of our turrets have been damaged, and it is probably out of commission, but it looks like the pirates are still driving away, they're still trying to escape me. Go back into this camera and going for one of these ones. Here we go, we're now going to start shooting into that like so. I hope we can disable some of their stuff on the side there. We are still in survival mode, so I am using basically all the ammunition that's spawned in by default. So once we stop shooting, that is that for all of our ammunitions, and that'll be that for all the gatling guns can handle. And there we go, they lost all their forward momentum. Coming out of that third person view once again, traveling all the way forwards. It looks like our gatling gun at the front that has also been disabled. We've still got one side of them, we've still got our top and bottom, we've still got assault cannons, still got our gatling guns, so all is good in the world. We're over the HUD once again and driving all the way towards them. It looks like they are going at 100 meters per second, which is making this very awkward for me to catch up. So back into this camera, zooming all the way forwards, into the assault cannons, firing one more time. There we go, we've still got 12 shots remaining. And we're now back to 16. Pressing I, into here, finding all of this, hiding the empty, and this is what we've got remaining. So in our large industrial cockpit, we've got 53 of our gatling box ammo. Down to here is all of our assault cannon ammo. Down to there is your autocannon magazines. And we can see we've got a bunch more in reserve, and that's all we got remaining. There we go, our gatling turret has been fully disabled there, but we cannot use that ammunition. And then down to there in our medium cargo container, we've still got a bunch of autocannon magazines, so it should be good to tear them apart. Now coming in here, finding turret once again, if I actually spelled correctly, into this, and now they can finally go back to their default shooting and just waste all the ammunition. And with that, I think that's pretty much it what the Lancer has to offer. All they can do, what it looks like, all of its controls. And it's just a lovely little ship to use in WoD. If you want to have something very heavily armed, it could be a bit of fun for some PvP. So yes, the link to it is description below, to download and play around yourself. Highly recommend you do. It is kind of shame the Reavers do not spawn, but I'll put a link to them in the description below if you do wish to play around with them. Hopefully they will spawn in your world. And as always, the wheel link to SkyBox I'm currently using is a very nice one. Bunch of reds, bunch of blues, bunch of blacks, makes it very colourful and very ominous. So like I said, there'll be a link to the ship in the description below, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.